back to another video. Today's day number 46 in my 100 videos in 100 days. Can't speak, apparently, as per usual, right? How many of you guys are getting tired of seeing my face? You know, I know there's not a ton of views on these videos, but like, are you getting value from these 100 days? Let me know in the comments. If not, I'm still going to continue to do them. But anyways, I did a little bit of a TikTok on this morning, so I figured I would dive a little bit deeper and utilize what I talked about in my TikTok to create a video for you guys today and actually dive deeper into my logic, my thought process, what I'm thinking about, and etc. Why I actually created this video in the first place. Ultimately, the 3 things that I would personally avoid if I had to start my 7-figure digital marketing business over again from complete scratch. Now, the main reason that I actually want to talk about this topic and bring it up isn't to be negative or shed light on anything else. Realistically, if I can impact one person, share a story, share an example, share anything that will personally help you avoid some costly mistakes, then I'm going to share it, right? I spent years in my business struggling. Like that's not some angle that I made up. Like I literally spent tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds and hundreds of hours trying to build a business for years, and none of it ever worked. And I really didn't start having my breakthrough until 2020, 2021, when we started utilizing the tactics and the strategies that we use to this day. So I do have a bit of a biased opinion, right? Because, you know, what I do now is what changed my life and my business, and it's the very thing that we teach our students. But I do want to bring some important things up and talk about the top 3 things that I would literally avoid at all costs. And I want to share with you why I would avoid them beyond just, you know, my own opinions. So first and foremost, and this is a very popular one in the market, has been, probably will continue to be, and it's even more prevalent with the MER scene, the master resale rights stuff, and like rebranding products, which is fine. But number one is anything that's plug and play, anything that's done for you, anything that promises they're going to do all of this stuff for you, and all you have to do is just like make sales and all that stuff. And obviously, before I go any further, there are people that are making a killing with this process, this model, this strategy. There has been people that have been killing it with this model for a long time. But my personal opinion on this is really condensed into 2 different things. Okay. One, that's only going to become relevant if you are reselling that product. All of the done for you templates, all of the resources, all of the email swipes, and all this stuff is only going to work if you are purely reselling or selling that product in general. Now, the problem with this usually lies in the fact that, one, you potentially don't want to end up selling that product, right? So then if you're buying this thing, hoping it's going to help you build your business, but it's only showing you how to, you know, leverage the done for you plug and play stuff to go resell that product or sell that thing, like it's not relevant to you. And then alternatively, on the other side of that coin too, is what happens when that product stops trending, right? You haven't learned any skills or skill sets as far as writing copy or building out these systems or processes because you've just been relying on this plug and play stuff. So when that product is no longer popular in the market, you're just going to be left looking for the next best opportunity to do the exact same thing, which is a very stressful way to operate your business, rolling from one trending product to the next. And I've seen it countless times, right? You see people make a bunch of money, and then you guys have probably seen it too, right? They're constantly pivoting and changing their business and changing their products because what they're doing stops working. It stops picking up attention. And I think a big part of that is because absolute beginners get fixated on these done-for-you systems. And they will only take you so far, right? Like realistically, if you're purely in this game to make some quick cash, which I hope you're not if you're watching any of my videos, because it's not what we're here to teach you guys how to do, they do a really good job of keeping people stuck, right? When this done-for-you system doesn't work as well as, you know, the creator with 1 million followers, and this person with 1 million followers is making a bunch of money, and then the brand new beginner is not making a bunch of money, they feel like it's broken, and then they're off looking for the next best done-for-you system, plug-and-play shit, and they just go in circles over and over and over again. Now, number 2 being anything that is tech, automation, or AI heavy. Now, I'm not saying that these don't work, right? Obviously, automation systems, processes have their time and place in business. Now, the problem that I've seen and I personally experienced myself, I mean, realistically, if you look at the only reason that I'm good at tech is because I did this for years. Like I'm known as the tech guy, but that's because I spent countless hours in tech building automations and doing all this stuff. But the problem that a lot of beginners, and this is something that I've seen over and over again, is the problem with the beginners with the tech, the funnels, the automations, and all this stuff is they feel like this piece of the business is going to make or break everything, right? Like we and especially if you're like intimidated by the tech process or it's overwhelming to you, this is where so many people get stuck, right? They spend months and months and months trying to build out this website or build out this funnel or this automation or writing these email sequences. Whereas we need to actually flip it onto the opposite, because the funnel, the automation, the tech, the website isn't going to do shit if you're not creating attention for yourself, aka creating a content, right? Like, and people get so fixated on systemizing their business, systemizing all these different things and exiting the business, building out these automations, these workflows, and all this stuff. Whereas we need to actually be focusing on the opposite of that. Because yes, like when we end up getting to a stage in business, yeah, you might need to run some automations or run some type of processes that allow you to remove yourself from the business. But if we're not doing step one, it doesn't matter. It's like if we're building this masterpiece of an automation and this kick-ass system, if we don't know how to get people to it, it's a waste of time. Which is why we don't really teach a lot of our clients to systemize or build out funnels and all this stuff, because for a complete beginner, it's almost irrelevant. And this is the crazy concept is like the majority of the programs out here right now, that's literally what they show you to set up first. And it's like, we don't even need those, right? If you're sub $10,000 online, I would not be worrying about a funnel. The most important thing is literally your content, your story, your journey, who you are, what you do, connecting with your audience and building a relationship. And then we can worry about anything else. But you have so many things that are getting people into these processes where it's like getting them to sign up for all these software companies. And you know, I talk to people all the time, like, oh, I'm paying $300 a month for the software that I'm not even using. Like, it's not going to make a difference if you're not getting attention. And this is what we tell all of our paid students. If you have two different perspectives on this. One, if you're the type of person that can get this thing set up, functional within like a matter of a day, less, then do it. But if it's going to take you weeks and weeks and weeks to like overthink and perfect this process, then don't do it, because it's literally going to damage your business more than it is going to do any good. The year that I did my first 100 grand online as an affiliate was the same year that I started canceling all the software. I canceled my ClickFunnels account. I canceled this. I stopped trying to run automations. I stopped trying to do all that. And I made it a point for myself to focus that entire year on Facebook. I'm going to create content, I'm going to build relationships, and I'm going to talk to people. And that's fucking it. Because that's all we're doing in this game. We're building relationships and we're monetizing those relationships with products and services. Don't try to exit this business before you've even built a business. Okay, how you as a brand new beginner needs to operate your business in a completely different way than the 7-figure digital marketer who has all these automations. Okay, they have lead flow. They have all these things. They literally couldn't talk to the number of people that are coming into their worlds, right? Versus you as a complete beginner who's only created 4 or 5 pieces of content, you can talk to everybody. And you having the ability to do that is going to give you a competitive edge and an advantage and allow you to start closing sales because of that. Instead of trying to run people through the exact same process as everybody else in the market. And last but not least, number 3, last thing that I would personally avoid if I was trying to start my 7-figure digital marketing business over again from complete scratch, is a product, a program, a process that is purely fixated on the financial piece. And this is coming from somebody who's made a lot of money online, and I've helped people make a lot of money online. Now, the problem with this isn't really anything to do with the program or the product itself, but what it does to people's expectations. So like number 1, if you're buying something or you're getting involved into something purely on the pretense of making a bunch of money as fast as possible, it's not going to happen. Okay, there is those unicorns. There is those people that come in and they shoot the lights out of the water. They potentially get blessed by an algorithm. They start making a bunch of money. But more often than not, it's not the standard. Okay, like if you have a program or a product that's promising you 6 figures in 90 days guaranteed, like it's shit. Okay, they're trying to sell you on this unrealistic expectation, which more often than not will keep you stuck. Because then when you don't cross that number in that X amount of time, you're going to turn around and feel like it's broken, and you're going to go look for the next best system, the next best process, or the newest opportunity to make you a bunch of money as fast as possible. And a good representation of this is like the 6-figure salary is a pinnacle moment for people in real life. Like they go to college, they check all these boxes to go get a 6-figure salary in the real life. Like, why would you not have to work for the same thing online? It's just not real. Like you building a 6-figure business online is going to be more work than you think. It's going to take longer than you probably think. And it's going to be a lot harder than a lot of people are probably telling you. Just being fully fucking transparent with you. Why would it not be? And beyond you starting your own online business and it like being a problem for your own expectations, I do want to like reinforce that it will also start to become a problem with who you're potentially selling your offers to, right? So, and this is something that a lot of people won't even talk about, right? Like most people are in this game to make money as fast as possible, and that's all that fucking matters. But if you want a long-term security in this game, if you want a brand, you want to change lives, you want to actually have impact, then you need to steer clear of anything that is get rich quick or promises people that type of shit, because the people that you end up selling the products to are going to end up getting stuck. Which then means you, as a business owner, are going to have to continuously operate your business from where am I going to find my next client? Where am I going to find my next sale? Like, if you are selling people on a good experience and they have a good experience with you as a person, as a brand owner, as a service provider, as someone who's recommending other programs and products, then they're going to want to continue to work with you. Versus if you sell people on this pretense of making all this money, it doesn't happen. You're burning that relationship, right? You're selling them on this pipe dream, and then that doesn't happen, and then they're gonna off to the next. And the polarizing thing to remember, and something that we've been bullish on for a very long time, is the relationship piece. Okay, the relationship piece begins after the yes. Okay, if you're more transparent and upfront about what people are actually getting into, what they could expect. Yes, it's not a sexy message. Yes, you might not go viral if you're talking about, hey, it's going to take you 6 months to 12 months to build a personal brand online, etc., etc. Yeah, you're probably not going to go viral all the time for it. But at the end of the day, the impact that you end up having and the client success that you end up having, and then you can turn around and have better marketing because you're selling to better people. They're doing the shit that you're telling them to do. And then it just becomes this flywheel effect of having a kick-ass business. And I will attribute this very reason, because we've been very upfront about what it actually takes, realistic expectations, with our clients and the people we actually sell offers to. That's a reason our student successes are so high compared to our own. Because we're not selling them on this pipe dream and then getting them to come in and sell our product. It's like, hey, we'll show you a process that worked really well for us that you can fucking go out and use to sell whatever you want, right? Our student success is almost double ours. They've sold millions of dollars in products online without having to, lie to people or sell people on this pretense of you're going to get rich quick. I know this is a bit of a tangential video, but I just wanted to really dive deeper into my logic behind these 3 reasons, or 3 things that I would ultimately avoid if I was starting my business over again from complete scratch. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, my first 3 years online were fucking rough, right? And it wasn't like I wasn't trying, okay? I was literally showing, I did more in my first 3 years of business than most people have ever done in like years, ever. I wrote 5 New York Times best-selling books worth of content on a blog in 6 months while working a full-time job, while having a toddler, and I didn't make shit, right? I was running ads to this, I was doing this, and I was literally in this habitual routine of trying to get rich quick. And that's what it all stemmed from, is false expectations. I didn't play the game long enough. I was always jumping ship. I was always doing the next thing. And then I was left wondering why things weren't working. So again, I know I might feel like I'm yelling at you in this video, but these are some things that I would personally avoid if I was looking at starting my own online business from scratch. And it's a polarizing thing, right? You can literally scroll your feeds and you can hear the opposite of what I'm telling you. But this is genuinely coming from somebody who went through the struggle, right? I struggled for a very long time, spent tens of thousands of dollars, but then I did turn around and build a 7-figure digital marketing business. I've also helped my students do multi 7 figures online. And this is just something that I wanted to share with you guys and potentially save one person from the headache, countless hours of struggle, and all that. So hopefully you got some value from today, and I will see you guys in next video.